Hello, everyone, and I hope you're out there enjoying your Tuesday afternoon as much as I am. And I guarantee you that after you see these amazing size comparisons to kind of put everything into perspective for you, you'll be in a good mood as well. So, without further ado, let's begin. The first photo I got right here in front of you is of one and only Grand Canyon. Now, you might be asking, why am I showing you the Grand Canyon? Well, one, because it's beautiful, of course, and two, is because it's the grandest of the Grand Canyons out there. It is truly an amazing geographic feature, which I would recommend everybody visit when they get the chance. And as you see, the canyon is cut across by this river, and you got the valleys and the hills and the canyons and the mountains and everything else that you could imagine. But what if I told you that our Grand Canyon, which truly is grand and large and impressive, is nothing compared to the Valles Marineris, which almost which almost sounds like a Italian dish or something like that. Valles Marineris. Give me some of that Marineris. Maybe I should you do the rest of this video doing this the whole time. Anyway, as you can see here, this is the rough size comparison of the Grand Canyon. So in the picture previously, you saw the Grand Canyon, vast, different, all the way. You could see miles and miles across it. But here on the left, looks like nothing but a tiny little pothole compared to that. And just if in case the comparisons weren't grand enough, look at what this canyon would look like if the United States was superimposed on it. That's it right there, right in the middle. This giant open crack right in the middle of the Martian surface. And just for perspective, this thing is over 4,000 kilometers or 2,500 miles in length. So it would stretch all the way almost like the one tip of it won't go almost, I would say maybe from Hawaii all the way to here what appears to be South Carolina. And it is 7 kilometers deep, so that's about 4.2 miles deep. And it is over 200 kilometers or 120 kilometers across. At some of these parts, and some of these might be even bigger. Of course, look at it here. Like this could be over 1,000 kilometers across from this point to this point right here. This would go all the way from the southern point, North Dakota, to probably, I'd say, Kansas. Let's see how good my geography is. Also, in case you weren't impressed enough, once Mars had an ocean, and the ocean looked like this, and that ocean filled all the way up into these cavities. And it filled the whole northern half of the planet. That is one large body of water. But just in case you weren't impressed enough with these size comparisons, I mean, forget geographic features. Let's compare planets to entire other bodies. So here we got Jupiter and the Great Red Spot. Now, the Great Red Spot is over 10,000 miles across. Just for comparison, the Earth is about 7,917.5, thereabout, miles across. So that means our whole entire planet could fit inside of that red spot, which is a torrential storm on a gas giant, at least one time with some room left over to bounce around just for good measure. Now, if you're having a good day, just remember, everything that we experience in the grand scheme of the universe might seem big to us, but to the universe really means a whole lot of nothing. Here's a picture of the Milky Way with Earth. Here's one without it. That's how big our galaxy is, folks. And just in case you weren't impressed enough, just remember, our galaxy is 10,000 light years across. And this was the known universe in 1922, so 100 years ago. This is all we knew about the universe. Is our galaxy, and we saw Andromeda, and we thought it was part of our galaxy at that time, to what it is now. 93 billion light years across. So our horizons are constantly expanding, just as the universe is expanding with it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this nice little presentation of all the different size comparisons. I might do this more in the future, but yeah, in case you ever feel small, just remember that sometimes we are really small in comparison to the scales that exist out in the grander, wider universe. Also, as somebody who loves the outdoors and loves going out and exploring canyons and other things, I would really love to see. Can you imagine standing at the bottom of this canyon right here and just looking up and seeing like mountains miles and miles up? Like, this is what's impressive. These are sheer cliffs, just straight cliffs. I don't think you have a geographic feature on Earth that is nearly that deep anywhere. But here you have cliffs just straight across. That is really impressive. Also, whatever lived in that ocean, if anything lived there at all, or this giant lake, that kind of makes me wonder. This ocean would have been huge. And just remember, it filled all the way up across that spot here, because here's the Valles Marineris. Anyway, so these are thoughts that keep me kind of thinking about the grander things up at night. And I hope now they will occupy your mind as well. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you stopping by, and talk to you later.